Alright, today we're going to look at the board game called Age of Civilization. I got it pretty cheap on Amazon the other day and thought I'd try it out, see what it's all about. This is a kind of a civilization building card game. The box is super small. I mean, it's almost as big as my hand. So it's just a little pocket edition. It's for 1 to 4 players. It takes about 30 minutes per round to play. And unlike a lot of games where, it says it's for one player or solo play, this actually has, I guess from my understanding, like a dedicated 4 or 5 campaign thing that you can play through solo, which is kind of neat. So let's open it and take a look here. So when I open it, that's pretty cool. Nice art there inside the box of a wonder. Fitting. Alright, so we open this, and the first thing I see is our nice little rule book here. Explains how to play. My next video is going to be a tutorial of how to play after I do the unboxing, but high quality rulebook here, good solid glossy paper. You can probably tell by the reflection on the camera, but lots of pictures, nice art demonstrations here, kind of tells you how to play. So for this game, there are, like I said before, for 2 to 4 players, there's the normal variation, and then there's the solo game for 1 players that goes with this scenario guide right here. We'll get into that in a minute. And what's cool about this game is in the back of the rulebook here, it actually has some achievements that you can search for, or that you can try to strive for in your games. So like scoring 20 or more points, 30 or more points, scoring 25 with no technology, things like that. And you can keep track of different achievements that you have in your rule book here. So that's pretty neat. But it's nice, just a 35-page rule book. Nice pocket size. Very cool. Alright, now let's take a look at the scenario guides. This is what I was talking about earlier. So for solo games, so it recommends that you play a couple normal games first before you try to get into this, because I guess it is a little bit more of a challenge. But you have 5 different scenarios that you can go through solo, if that so entices you. And it outlines different rules, different changes. There's some pieces in here that are just used for solo games. So we'll get into that. It just kind of changes it up a little bit. Different goals for you to achieve, things like that. So that's pretty cool. Alright, next thing I see in here is we have our technology board tree. So let's go ahead and get this open here. So we have 4 different technology trees. They're all the same, but you can keep track of different technologies that you research during the game. And it has like a tree where you can upgrade and continually get better technologies. Then we have our point score sheet, where you keep track of how many points each player has earned throughout the game. And then we have our, what I call kind of a time tracker. These are 3 actions that you can always use throughout the game. And underneath it, you'll have a row of other action cards that you can do. And what this does is this, throughout the game, just moves along that tracker until it reaches the end of all your actions, and that's how you know when the game is finished. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of got its own built-in clock that you're trying to race. And let's look at some of the pieces and tokens that are in the game. So first we have our this is like the starting player or the first player piece that gets transferred to different players throughout the game. Then we have some reward tokens that are used. These are our silver coins. They're worth 1 coin or 1 money a piece throughout the game. Then we have our larger gold coin pieces that I think are worth a little bit more. They're gold, excuse me, gold tokens instead of silver, so they're probably worth more throughout the game. Then we have our technology markers. These are just nice little blue cubes that you place on your technology board to know which technologies you've researched, so you can follow along on your technology board. And then what's cool is underneath here, you just lift it up, really try to condense and save space here. Then we have our 4 different colored player meeples. So if I can get one out here. Just your standard meeple. Got yellow, white, brown, and black. These are what you use to signify your actions. So you can play them on action cards to signify that you're doing an action. And then I think these 4 up here that are separated, those go on your point sheet to keep track of how many points you have throughout the game. So it's nice that they separate those. You'll never have more than 4 actions. Actions are determined based on which civilization you are. So let's go ahead and pull out the civilization cards. So we have, I think, 48 different civilizations in here. So like you have China, the Inca, Japan, Aztecs, Slavs, all sorts of different ancient civilizations. And on the civilization card, so let's look at Japan, for instance. So Japan has, a special ability when you are the Japanese, and this over here with your little meeple sign signifies how many meeples you get while you are that civilization. So if I was Japan, I would get 2 meeples or 2 worker placement people to play. But let's say if I was Congo, then I would get 3. So I think there's civilizations with 2, 3, and then if I was Egypt, they have 4 that you can play with, and things like that. So it just depends on which civilization you are at the particular time. It's based on how many worker placement or meeples that you get. And then also, let's take a look at these cards over here. Here we have our wonders, signified by the pyramid in the corner. You can build wonders throughout the game that give you extra points or special abilities, things like that. And we have the Great Library, Great Colosseum, Hanging Garden, Machu Picchu, the Great Lighthouse, Great Pyramid, things like that. So those are our wonders that you can build throughout the game. And here I have our different actions in the game. So we have our plague action, that can't be good. You can farm, trade, fish, hunt, conquest, build, all the different actions that you can do. And then it does come with different technology. I think there are 8 different technology cards that are different from these technologies. I think they're used in the solo game. Maybe not. Oh, no, there are 9 special technology cards. And then for solo games only, that's where the different event tokens are going to come in. There are 8 special action cards that are used for solo. And then the command cards, there are 6 command cards. I think those are the ones in the back here that are only used for solo as well. They just kind of change up the game a little bit, add some different variants, things like that. So those are our cards that come with the game. And I've played one too many exit games to check underneath all the box and stuff. So that's everything that's included in the box. So yeah, we put this back in here. It does have a nice place for everything stored. Things aren't going to fly all over the place. It comes pretty compact, like I said. Like the different trays go on top of each other to all fit in here. Starting player token goes there. Then we have room for all of our other tokens to fit in here nicely. And these go back into our board package here. And our solo guide and rulebook go back in. And the box closes. Just like that. Yeah, so that is Age of Civilization. Nice little pocket card civilization building game. Pretty neat. Can't wait to dive into it. So my next video is going to be kind of a how to play guide. And then I might run through a couple games. Maybe I'll run through the solo scenarios, the 5 different solo scenarios. And then I might play a couple 2-player games too with my wife. So stay tuned and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Make sure if you want to catch the next videos in the series or any future videos, make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks a bunch. We'll see you in the next one.